Hey there, heroes of the homeland. Ever feel like Congress is all talk and no action? Well, grab your favorite beverage because for once, Capitol Hill has delivered some real tangible wins for veterans. We're diving into 7 bipartisan bills that are more refreshing than a cold drink after a long march. Let's break it down. Prioritizing Veteran Survivors Act. Now, this bill takes the Office of Survivors Assistance, the VA office responsible for helping the families of deceased veterans, and bumps it up the chain of command. Instead of being buried under layers of bureaucracy like a lost supply request, this office would report directly to the Secretary of Veterans Affairs. Translation: survivor cases get faster attention, more oversight. And we'll get back to you 6 to 12 business months energy. This move means widows, children, and dependents won't have to fight the system while they're already grieving. The VA would also be required to provide better communication, proactive outreach, and track survivor benefits processing more transparently. So here's my take. It's about time they got the support they deserve. Now, maybe my spouse won't have to call 3 numbers just to get a call back from one. If your spouse ever has to take over your VA claim, don't leave them guessing. The VA rating guide teaches you what every veteran should know about claims before the VA turns it into a paperwork scavenger hunt. Grab it at simplevetbenefits.com. Number 2, the second bill, Veterans Education and Training Tools, VETT Act. This bill upgrades the educational GPS for transitioning veterans. It calls for the VA to develop and deploy new digital tools. Think interactive training modules, modernized job prep resources, and user-friendly online portals to actually help veterans navigate GI Bill benefits and choose training programs that match today's job market. Basically, it's the finally button on veteran career planning. No more PDFs that look like they were written during the Cold War. The bill pushes for partnerships with industry, apprenticeships, and training pipelines tied to real-world demand. So you're telling me I need a decoder ring, a psychic, and a time machine just to figure out how to use my education benefits? That's a win in my book. Now, maybe I can spend less time on VA paperwork and more time prepping for interviews, or at least YouTube videos on how to prep for interviews. So Capitol Hill might finally be carrying its weight. But if you're tired of your keys, phone, and wallet going AWOL during PT or a grocery run, grab the chest pack I use. Weatherproof and tougher than your last field NCO. The third bill, Montgomery GI Bill Selected Reserves Tuition Fairness Act of 2025. If you're in the selected reserves and using the Montgomery GI Bill, this bill makes sure you get in-state tuition rates no matter where you live. Before this, reservists could get hit with an out-of-state tuition even if they were drilling in a state they serve in, because apparently service didn't count as residency. Yeah, that happened. This bill levels the playing field so reservists aren't penalized just because the VA's idea of fair was just stuck in dial-up. No more out-of-state tuition surprises. That's like finding an extra cookie in the jar right after someone told you cookies weren't included. Now I can focus on school, not student loan debt. This bill orders the VA to study this big word on the top of the screen: a rare but deadly bile duct cancer among Vietnam veterans. Why? Because back in the day, many were exposed to liver flukes from eating undercooked fish in Southeast Asia. Now, decades later, some are developing cancers that might be linked to that exposure. The study will help determine how common this is, whether it's a clear service connection, and how to support those affected. So here's my take. So if you're saying, I might have survived firefights in the jungle just to get blindsided by a microscopic sushi side dish, yeah, I'd like some answers too. And maybe a diagnosis that doesn't start with, well, it's rare, but. So this matters because if the VA confirms a connection, this could open the door to automatic service connection for bile duct cancer. No more fighting to prove what was clearly caused by service conditions. Bill number 5, Clear Communication for Veterans Claims Act. This bill tells the VA, stop talking like a lawyer from the 1800s. It requires them to simplify all communications related to disability claims. That means less Latin, fewer acronyms, and no more letters that read like they were written by a bureaucrat who swallowed a thesaurus. Ah, yes. Nothing like getting a 7-page denial letter that ends with you have 60 days to appeal under Clause B, subsection D of paragraph 12 of the CFR. Great. Now I need a lawyer, a priest, and a blood pressure cuff. This matters because this could cut down on accidental denials, missed deadlines, and the general confusion that costs veterans their benefits. Clarity equals power. And frankly, we've earned that power. Bill number 6, Deliver Veterans Act. So this legislation focuses on tightening up VA operations. Think faster response times, better service delivery, and reducing the sorry we lost your paperwork again moments. It includes provisions to modernize systems, streamline benefits delivery, and add accountability to every stage of the process. So wait, you're saying the VA might finally move at a speed faster than the geologic era? I'll believe it when I see it. But hey, I'll take a system that doesn't crash every time I try to upload my DD-214. So this matters because the little things. It's appointment scheduling, document tracking, and benefit reimbursements. Those things add up. If this bill delivers on its promise, it could save veterans time, stress, and probably a few blood vessels. Bill number 7, Fairness for Service Members and Their Families Act of 2025. This bill requires the VA and DoD to regularly review and adjust the maximum life insurance coverage available under SGLI, which means Service Members Group Life Insurance, and VGLI, Veterans Group Life Insurance. The goal? Keep those coverage limits in line with rising costs of living, inflation, and real-world family expenses. So basically, life insurance that keeps up with inflation, so my family won't be stuck with a $400,000 payout that barely covers the funeral, the mortgage, and the community college? Revolutionary. This matters because this could provide real peace of mind to service members and their families, knowing that if worse happens, the benefits won't be stuck in 2007 while the bills are coming in at 2025 prices. Which one of these bills hit you hardest in a good way? Drop the number or your rant in the comments. I read every one of them like it's an award recommendation. Think these new bills are great? Wait till you see what's still not getting done. Delays, denials, and more in this next video.